What is going on, guys? My name is Mahime, and I am here to bring you guys an all-in-one guide for the new upcoming map, Perdoria. In this guide, I will show you the golden beasts and mimics, the puzzles, the different buffs that we have, what the river does, the springs and what they do, different interactables, some of the permanent gold loot drops. The timestamps will be in the description so you can find what you want to know. On screen here, you can see me killing one of the beasts or mimics. What these mimics do is when you kill them, they will drop a gold armor or gold weapon. I am unsure if they drop a legendary jade or anything of the sort. Next, we can move on to the buffs. There is 3 different known buffs that I personally know of. The first buff would be resilience, soul revival, and armor. Resilience is purple, soul revival is red, armor is like a green bluish one. The purple one says the player entered the progress of the soul house, I assume spirit mode. At the time of death, the bar will automatically grow until it is resurrected. I didn't know how to get this to work. The second one, players are not damaged when they are defeated for the first time. If you lose equipment, the number of times you return to the soul will not be consumed. I assume if you have equipment, it will not use a revive. Couldn't get that one. And I couldn't get the armor to work either. But those are the buffs that they do. They're also in Mandarin still, and it was rough translating it, so it may not translate properly. Now we will talk about both puzzles. For the first one is in Imperium. Your team must get 2 kills for solos, 4 kills for duos, 6 kills for trios, then it will only open to your team. Remember, once you enter, you cannot. Next, we got the other one that takes place in Arcadia. For the red jade, you must gather 7 thunder coins that can be found on shelves, rocks, and other mischievous places. When you find them, you must go back to this rock and drop all 7. Then you get the infamous red jade, which is a way better version of Mortal Defiance. It heals you back to full HP, and it does, I think, 40% melee reduction. Not the most important, but we can take a look at the river because it does have some special mechanics. At some point in the game, there will be a loot box type thing that will spawn in the water, the mercury water, that gives us 2 legendary loot chests and 2 green chests on that loot box. And while you were on the water or lake, you can tap crouch, or I guess hold crouch, then you will submerge yourself in the lake. This does make you invisible, but does make slightly obvious bubbles in the lake. But be careful. Too long in the lake can cause you to take HP damage similar to the shadow. Sliding on the lake does make you go faster, similar to sliding on the ice in Hollow Wrath. You can also be attacked while you are under the water, so just be careful of that too. And the last thing I believe with the lakes is there is also a blue into gold focus attack. You can use it to hit anyone, sneak attack someone, and it does actually a lot of damage. Next, we have the springs. In a few places along the map, there will be some springs. I personally have only found 2, but there may be more. There is a spring at the enclave, sorry if I butchered, and outside near Cinderfell. There are some springs there as well. They only appear to just heal you. They don't do anything outside of that. Next, we will be talking about the unique interactables and mechanics. First, we got the puzzle for loot. All you need to do is smack all 4 statues so they face away from the circle in the middle. Once you do that, a trap door will open up. Be warned of booby traps when you go down there. And then the next interactable would be a tree. Yes, a tree. This tree is a special tree that when you activate it, it will increase damage reduction and restore health. There's 3 locations that I personally know of, which would be at Twilight's Fall, Sunrise Altar, and right above Cascade Creek. If you go too far, it does break. Now we're going to Skygaze. There's two important interactables that you can find. One is a drum-like interactable. When it's activated, you cannot take fire or lava, whatever you consider it, damage from the surrounding areas. I believe up to 2 teams can take the buff at once since there's one on each side. Now heading back to Skygaze, there is a lever on this ship that does cost Darktide to pull, but when you pull it, meteors will rain from the sky similar to like a Moonbane. If you get hit by one of the meteors, I believe it does do a decent amount of damage, possibly. I haven't really had anyone get hit by it yet, but the meteors do not really do damage if they're already there and you run into it. It just does a pretty hefty knockback. Now if we go over to Heaven's Rise, there will be some fly traps. Fly traps will munch your HP, but it will make you invisible to players. So maybe there could be something used there. We'll have to see what we come up with. And last but not least, on the outskirts of Mandate Yard, whatever, there is trees you can knock down onto players. I believe it can give you a starter combo if you hit it. We're almost done here. 2 more things I want to show you guys. One is being some areas where there is guaranteed gold piles, because I know that is very important, because if you don't know where the gold piles are, you cannot get your loot. I will show that now. Lastly, but probably not least, there is 2 cool things I wanted to point out. Number 1, when Yang spawn. When Yang spawn, the star in the sky will turn orange, and then Yang will spawn. I thought that was a cool thing they added. Another thing they added that I thought was cool was the Moonbane. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the stars again. But it just looks so clean while it's in the sky. That's all to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys found it very informative. I tried to give it my all and explain everything in depth. I just want to say a huge thank you to this guy. He helped me explore. We were probably doing it for an hour. And a huge thanks to this guy. He let me get the sword clip. And these 2 for additional information.